Europe is confronting a scenario it once dismissed as unthinkable. Not the sudden collapse of NATO, but the slow hollowing out of trust inside it. From Brussels to Berlin, leaders are now quietly gaming out contingencies as fears grow that Donald Trump could weaken the alliance from within. Greenland has become the flashpoint, but the shockwaves are far wider. This is no longer just about one island. It is about whether Europe can still rely on America's security guarantee.
Greenland is part of this NATO area, the European part of NATO. We will be discussing this very intensively in the coming days. The principles of territorial integrity and sovereignty apply, including in the relationship between member states within NATO.
Berlin's response is deliberately calibrated. Germany accepts that security in the High North matters, but rejects panic, pressure, or unilateral moves. Merz has positioned Germany as a stabilizer, engaging Washington while drawing clear red lines on sovereignty.
Denmark and the people of Greenland can count on our solidarity. We are ready to support the talks with the United States, but these talks should always be based on the principles of sovereignty and territorial integrity.
Behind the diplomacy lies a hard economic reality. European officials openly acknowledge how deeply the continent still depends on the United States. From intelligence and air power to logistics and command structures. Replacing those capabilities would take years and vast resources Europe never planned to spend.
If we are confronted with tariffs that we consider unreasonable, then we are capable of responding. We don't want this escalation. We don't want a trade dispute with the United States of America. But if necessary, we will of course protect our European interests, including our German national interests.
That is why contingency planning is accelerating behind closed doors. Not to abandon NATO, but to prepare for a future in which American guarantees become less reliable. Policy circles are discussing tighter European coordination, a coalition of the willing anchored by major powers and Nordic states. Even as leaders warn, it could take 5 to 10 years to replace core US capabilities.
The American government knows that we could also react on our side. I don't want that. But tariffs benefit no one and harm almost everyone. And if we are forced to act, we are able to do so together as Europeans.
For now, Germany is pushing hard against escalation. Merz insists Europe's real security emergency is not Greenland, but Ukraine, and that breaking NATO unity would only serve Moscow. Europe is preparing for the worst, while still betting on the alliance. But the debate itself signals a turning point. Unquestioned reliance is over.
The current threat to security in Europe comes more from the East than from the West. We see the war in Ukraine, which poses a serious threat to our overall security, especially the security of all of Eastern Europe. That is my greatest concern at the moment, not Greenland, but Ukraine.